You know, when you get to the deepest, quietest part of winter, there are these stories that feel like they're just whispered on the wind. They're not about sleigh bells or shopping malls, right? They're about something much older, something tied to the very turning of the earth. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to dive into NecroVeil's incredible track, Dead Christmas, and really deconstruct the winter ritual hidden inside its lyrics.
And right away, the song just hits you. Not with some big, festive fanfare, but with the total hush. Longest night, you fire low. Boom. Instantly, you're pulled out of that whole modern holiday chaos and dropped into this raw, primal scene. This isn't just any old night. This is the longest night of the year.
All right, so let's set the scene here. The entire song takes place on the longest night, the winter solstice. And we need to be super clear. We are not talking about December 25th. No. This is all about that one incredibly powerful moment when darkness is at its absolute peak, right before the light starts its long journey back.
And the way the lyrics build this world, this atmosphere, it's amazing. There's not a single jingle bell in sight. Instead, what do we get? We get these stunningly specific, natural images. Candles breathing in frozen air. Snow falling soft and slow. I mean, come on. It just paints this picture of total reverence. A world that's hushed and cold and feels ancient.
And this line, this gets right to the heart of the song's entire vibe. Here, winter isn't just a season you have to get through. It's a powerful, almost living force. And when it says winter claims us as our own, that's not a bad thing. It's talking about surrender, about letting go and becoming a part of the landscape itself, instead of just, watching it from behind a warm window.
Okay, so we've got this incredible atmosphere. Now let's look at how the song takes that setting and builds it into a truly sacred space. It doesn't just describe the night, it's actually gathering things from the world around it to perform a ritual. It's building an altar, piece by piece.
I mean, just look at how this is put together. First up, you've got the foundation. Evergreen and altar stone. That's life that endures, right? And that feeling of ancient permanence. Then you add the decorations, the holly red and the silver white of frost or maybe moonlight. The music, it's not people singing, it's ancient songs without voice. And the offering, so humble, paper stars and simple toys. It's a ritual built completely from the earth and for the earth. It's beautiful.
And this line, choirs hum through frost and pine. Oh, this is so crucial. It just drives home the point that the music of this ritual is not made by people. It's the sound of the wind whipping through the pines, the little crackle of ice. The forest itself is the choir. It's a powerful reminder that nature is the real cathedral here.
Okay, so this is where we get to the real philosophical heart of the song. We've built this incredibly natural, almost pagan-style ritual, and then the lyrics take a very sharp, very deliberate turn away from the traditional Christmas story. It's offering us a totally different kind of birth, a different kind of miracle altogether.
And the lyrics don't mess around. They're super explicit. No crowned king, no golden throne. I mean, that's a flat-out rejection of all the usual symbols of power, royalty, and wealth. So what do we get instead? Only seed, soil, and stone. The song literally swaps out the story of a divine king for the humble, earthy miracle of nature's cycle. The seed holds all the potential for new life, the soil is there to nurture it, and the stone, well, that's the ancient earth itself. It's all bent toward mystery.
So what exactly is this mystery? Well, here's the thing. It's not some puzzle you're supposed to solve. In the world of this song, the mystery is that deep, profound, unexplainable cycle of life, death, and rebirth you see in nature. It's all about accepting that you're part of something way bigger, way more ancient than you, and your job isn't to control it, but just to witness it, to experience it.
So, after painting this huge cosmic picture, the song does something really cool. It zooms way in. It becomes incredibly intimate, incredibly personal. Right there, in the middle of this vast cold forest, we find this little point of human connection. A warmth that's not just from a fire, but from the promises made between two people.
And here's the first vow. Bind your breath with mine. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. Picture it. It's so cold you can see your own breath. So to bind your breath with someone else's, that is an act of just profound intimacy. It's a promise that you're not going to face this overwhelming cold alone. You're going to face it together, literally sharing the air you breathe. And then there's the second vow. And you have to listen to the wording here. It's so important. It's not protect me from the cold. It's hold me still inside the cold. See the difference? This is a vow to find shelter within the harshness itself.
It's about creating this little bubble of stillness together, by accepting the world as it is, not by trying to fight it.
And that's what gives these promises so much power, the setting. These are absolutely sacred vows, but they're not made in a church or a temple. Their holiness comes from the ancient trees, from the quiet of the falling snow. They're just as natural, just as elemental as the rest of the ritual.
All right, so we've got the setting, we've got the altar, we've got these incredibly personal vows. So what's the point? What is all this for? Well, the final verses reveal the ultimate goal of this whole ritual, and it is a massive, hopeful ambition.
So here's how the cycle works. First, the darkness peaks. The old sun fades. That's the solstice. But right there, in the deepest part of the dark, the human element, those sacred vows, they hold on, they remain. And the whole reason for doing that, for holding that space and performing this ritual, is to actually take part in the great turning of the year.
And I absolutely love this line. Teach the sun its way back home. This completely reframes our relationship with nature. It's not a passive prayer, begging the sun to please come back. No, it's an act of guidance. It's participation. The ritual becomes this kind of beacon, a human effort to literally help teach the sun its way back, to make sure that the cycle of rebirth keeps going. It says we actually have a role to play in all this.
So when you get right down to it, Dead Christmas isn't really dead at all. It's about what's lying dormant, waiting to be reborn. It's about finding meaning not in some loud celebration, but in a quiet ritual. It's a story about getting through the deepest darkness together, holding on to this active, powerful hope that you can actually help call back the dawn.
And that really leaves us with one last thought to chew on, doesn't it? The song treats winter as this sacred time for making deep, essential promises. So the question I guess it leaves for all of us is, what are the vows that we make? To ourselves, to each other, in those quiet, dark moments, the ones that are supposed to guide us when the light finally comes back?